Duty title.
Yeah, my name is Tech Sergeant Dave Clauson. I'm IDMT with the One Sauce. The way it was set up was we're working to do a casualty evacuation with our French partners working on the French C-130. Our goal was to initially split up into two teams. So we had our two different teams working and kind of put them in a situation where they had to configure the aircraft a little bit beforehand. We brought two patients, some surgical patients to them, and then we let them walk through and figure out how they want to configure it. And then after that, we dumped some more patients on them and let them kind of flex accordingly. I think they performed really well. The big thing is we have a pretty junior team that we're out here working with right now. So it's kind of working on getting them in the right situation and the right scenario to figure out how they work as a team. That's the big thing, is just working on team dynamics and letting them trust on the medicine and the training that they already have. We have two French partners that have been working with us, a medic and a nurse, and it's been really interesting seeing the language barrier and kind of working through that and really understanding how that all unfolds and working with different scopes of practice and trying to understand what the other is able to do. But overall, I think it's a good learning point for us to see how we perform in that situation, and I feel like they're learning a lot as well. Yeah, the value of working with international partners is if you're going to be anywhere in any deployed location, I've personally worked with multiple international partners on previous deployments, you got to know what your left and right is and how you can work together and bring that team cohesion together, because you never know where you're going to be in the world, but you have to work on becoming stronger in that regard. So last night I was working from the observer controller role. My main goal was to see how the teams work together and kind of understand and look and give them inputs and help them build themselves more professionally. Yeah, so working in Arctic conditions, we get a lot of that with some of the areas that we work now. You get used to the cold, and luckily a heated aircraft's a heated aircraft. However, our ground operations definitely change. You have to really prepare yourself mentally and make sure you haven't packing out the right gear to make sure you're staying warm in that environment. As SOFMEs working for the One Sauce, our big goals are casualty evacuation, prolonged field care, and then base operations support. So base operations support being working on the clinical side. We get the chance to do that a lot at home, but this is really where we have the chance to flex the casualty evacuation and allow our new members to understand how it works and just the different physiology of flight and how it affects the body, how it affects you, and how it affects your patient, as well as the prolonged field care, where we work and see how they handle working for a long period of time in a different location with very limited supplies. I think it's just mentally preparing yourself. So to achieve the goals here, you have to know that it's gonna suck every once in a while. You're gonna have to know how to be warm, and sometimes you're gonna be cold. And then otherwise, just going through the motions of the training that you already have.